Welcome back, adventurers. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Kyle, and today we continue our journey with the Band of Broken in the bustling city of Ank'Harel. But first, a recap of the previous session brought to us today by Ortega.
At the beginning of last session, Ortega admitted feelings for Tati. I think my expectation of a response was very different from the one I got. After that, I headed to breakfast with Parrish and Ari. It was fairly quick. Myself and Parrish got ready to head out on an errand trip as Ari decided to stay back and talk with Question with Tati and maybe Talus, wherever the heck she was. I only really saw her when I got back, but there's a little bit more to the story before that. Essentially, I ran into Ao on my own outside of the tavern and made a sweet apology that didn't go as I was expecting either. She seemed rather chipper for someone whose best friend just died. Then me and Parrish kind of split up on our way to errands as he wanted to buy stuff and I wanted to make stuff. So I went and forged an axe head, and by the time Parrish showed up, I was really just needing a piece of wood and he didn't bring me one, which was kind of upsetting. But then I noticed a large stick in his pack, and he remembered that he bought me a walking stick after I may have fibbed to him a little bit, telling him that I hate horses. It's not that I hate horses, I just prefer my own 2 feet beneath me. And if we're going halfway around the world, we need better transportation than horses. Back at the inn, meanwhile, the other 3 were speaking with Question, who is the man that I absolutely despise, along with his friend Prolix, another man that we all absolutely despise. We'll get to that later. I then told Parrish about my past for the second time, as he completely forgets who he used to be and what has been spoken to him before, and about how I really will never settle down again. He seemed very sympathetic, empathetic. I'm not sure which one really fits. I think he was sympathetic. And then I showed him the name of my new axe, and he thought it was real fitting and real supportive. Sometimes I'm not sure I like how supportive he is and wish he was a little more harsh on me, but that doesn't seem to be him these days. We headed back to the inn to find that everybody had secured us teleportation to Marquette, and then we squabbled over who we were going with and where we were going, and I really didn't care. And then all of a sudden we were shooting across the world in the blink of an eye, and I still hate magic. Makes me sick. I probably vomited in my mouth a little bit. And then Prolix was dire of me as headmaster, and of course the rest of the party wanted to follow him, and I'm still not sure why. We all hate him. We got to the place we were going, and he walked in and neglected to mention that we couldn't follow because it's a magnificent mansion of sorts, and you have to ask to enter before you can even get in, and I really wasn't sure Prolix was coming back out. We went in to meet as headmaster, and I'm not going to lie, I really didn't pay attention to what everyone was talking about because it involved Prolix, and I really don't like Prolix. For the most part, that's what happened.
Normally we'd be jumping right into the campaign, but today we have a word from our very first sponsor, Dragonheart Dice. Alright, well, really quickly, I do have to give a proper shout out to our sponsor. So before we continue our quest, a shout out to Dragonheart Dice, located in Kitchener, Ontario, just off the highway on Victoria Road. Whether you're seeking the...
Hey, Dragonheart!
Hey, Dragonheart!
Dragonheart! It's a great spot.
Whether you're seeking...
Dragonheart, you're so far away!
I know, some of you it's far, I'm sorry. Whether you're seeking the perfect dice set or the latest D&D gear, Dragonheart Dice is the ultimate destination. They offer a wide array of dice, books, and miniatures. Everything you need for your tabletop adventures. And here's an exclusive for our listeners. I, as the DM, will be using very special exclusive dice for all of my rolls throughout this session. You can see these dice in action along with every roll I make on our KWD&DCONNECT and Dragonheart Dice Instagram pages. Plus, there's a special discount exclusively for followers of our Instagram pages. Like both pages and listen for the code word later in this episode for an exclusive discount on your next visit to Dragonheart Dice. Don't forget to mention KWD&DCONNECT when you visit Dragonheart Dice. Gear up for epic adventures at Dragonheart Dice today. After a perilous journey through the Betrayer's Rise, our heroes have finally reached the Jewel of Marquette, each carrying their own burdens and questions. What new challenges will they face in this sprawling metropolis? What secrets will Ank'Harel reveal? And how will our heroes navigate the intricate web of alliances and rivalries within the city? Stay tuned as we dive into another thrilling chapter of our campaign. You guys are sitting around with Alakritos, the goblin school teacher, professor of sorts, for the Cobalt Soul. He has just motioned for you to meet up with, he's just motioned for you guys to talk to him, ask him any questions, but specifically tell us in regards to the Jewel of Lucas. And
Ortega's probably in the back, whittling his axe handle that he took from the smithies to make it smaller and fit into what he wants it to be. Maybe a slight whistle, but not really paying attention to what this man has had to say. Even the shavings on the floor.
I feel like we got a little technical issue here. We're not broadcasting live, so that's fine.
It should all be good. Yeah? Do I sound awful?
you sound like there's a fan in the background.
It's just my computer.
So there's a fan in the background.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot you can do about it. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, so Alikrutos has given Talus a cup of tea. And he looks at you and he goes, well, I'm sure you have lots of questions.
Yes, I think we all have questions. We're here looking for information about the Jewel of Three Prayers. We were directed here, but I don't think any of us know exactly why here, why this place specifically, and perhaps you know something more than we do.
Well, do you mind if I take a look at it?
Alice's heart drops, but she's gonna take off the jewels and place them on the table in front of her.
So, almost without any hesitance, Alikrutos picks it up off the table, examines it. You see he thinks about it for a second and puts it back down on the table and he rushes over to his desk. You see he pulls out a huge tome, this old, ancient text written in Marquesian that you can't even make out. He clumps it onto the table, flips it open, starts flipping through pages left, right, and center. And he goes, well, I'm sure it's obvious to you by now, but this is definitely a vestige of divergence. But what's interesting to note is most vestiges are kind of linked to a deity, like specifically a deity, the Dawnfather's mantle, among other things. This one doesn't seem to be linked to any one specific deity, but it does bear the hallmarks of divine creation. How by chance did you come across this? How did you end up with it in the first place?
Oh, well, that's sort of a long story. It was in a cavern, I guess. Sort of.
Where?
The Emerald Grotto.
He looks down at his text again and flips through countless pages. 10, 20, 50, 100 pages as he flips through and closes the book and opens it again, flips through, and you see his hand down searching as if he's looking for something specifically. There's no mention of any Emerald Grotto in any of our texts, or at least anything that we've been able to note down in regards to vestiges of divergence. Was it linked to anything? Was it connected to someone, something? Is there more to this story? There's got to be a reason why it's there, why it was there.
I didn't see anything when we first found it, but it had something to do with Avandra, didn't it? Or was it Sahani? It seems complicated, maybe. There's this figure who appears to us at times. Alexian?
His eyes light up for a moment when you say that name. You said they come to you? Like in a vision?
Yes, I guess you could call it that. It's not even a vision necessarily. He just seems to appear to us, like he's in the room almost.
Interesting. And how many times has it happened?
Twice.
Can you tell me about the second time?
Second time wasn't the most enlightening. It was sort of a bit of a... There was other things going on, and there was sort of... He just basically directed us here and said that there was something that we needed to set right.
Interesting. I don't really know, unfortunately, what it is that you need to set right. It is... Alexian is in it. He's in this text. He's in this book. He was a champion of Avandra, yes. He was noted to have had the Jewel Through Prayers at some point. But after him, it had been lost. But Alexian was... You guys are from Wildemound, right? That's where you came from. You came from Wildemound. Zorhas. As far as we know, Alexian was never over there. At least not for any significant reason or time. I need all of you who witnessed the vision to make a history or insight check.
Alright.
First vision? The second one?
For the second vision, sorry.
I rolled a natural. I rolled a natural 2, so Ari's pretty busy.
Okay.
And that is guns and boots and stuff.
I feel that Ari is watching Ortega whittle his axe handle because Ortega got a 7.
Okay.
Should
I got a 5.
Okay. Should Parrish get 2 because he was a little bit Udfara at the time.
No, yeah, you have the cognitive. This was kind of, you were flip-flopping between both.
We did not. Clutch up, gang.
Get it together, folks.
What did Tatiana get?
Tatiana got a 17.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad one of you got over 10.
Us too.
Same history.
Tatiana, you are listening in on this conversation, and you're thinking about what Talus is talking about in regards to this vision. And the thing that she seems to be forgetting, you're reminded of. You remember the reason why you were sent to Ank'Harel, because it had something to do with a sunken city.
Gods, do I have to do everything? What do you know about the sunken city?
Alakritos looks, his gaze averts from Talus to yours. Wait. Sunken city? Like...
Mm-hmm.
And that was from a vision. I'm hoping that was interesting.
Probably we're talking about division.
Well, I'm not 100% positive about a city, but there has been texts and people passing mentioning sunken ruins beneath Ank'Harel's oasis. But the access to those ruins are strictly for members of the Allegiance of Allsight. There's really, that's as much as I've been able to get out. And unfortunately, if you're going to want to know any information about that, you're going to have to go see them.
Where do we find them?
Well, if they're here.
Well, then how about a warm introduction? How about you go take us to them? How about, I mean, I understand that we're new here, but there's something where we come from. We call it customer service. And it's when you ask someone for help, and instead of being an epic dick, they just try and help you instead. I prefer you being less of an epic dick and trying to help us more instead. Why don't you give it a whirl?
He holds up his hands and he says, all in good time. Okay? I've already said more than I should to a group of untested hopefuls. We can talk.
What did you just say?
Prolix brought you here. I know very little about you, other than the fact that you had potentially had the vestige of divergence that we'd been looking for a while. I hate to break it to you, but Prolix, not really well known for his reputation around here. But
you think? Not known for his reputation where he met us. Now, if you would like a quick resume rundown, conquered people over the sea, fought a crazy demon pirate. We managed to find these jewels that seem to have eluded your keen grasp. We did it by fighting sharks and maybe a big old octopus. I can't remember. It was a long time ago and it was really dangerous. We fought goats. We fought a bunch of crazy crap, and I think it's more than you've done sitting up here in your tower. Resume complete. Will you help us now?
Are you claiming to say that I haven't reached this level of authority in Uncarel by doing nothing?
No, I would claim to say that you've reached a great deal of authority and it matters a lot less than a bullet does. Now, I don't think we need to get all into all of that. What I'm saying is, let's just be friendly. Let's help each other out here. Because, believe you me, what we're on to, it seems you're interested in as well. You help us. Everybody wins. Why don't you just be helpful? Take us to the people we need to speak to.
Well, you don't have to go far. Because Prolix here, well, let's just say he has a couple hands in the Allegiance of Lost side himself. I can only go as far as to give you my word that Prolix can extend an invitation. But
I guess we have to trust your word.
He would be the one that knows more about the Allegiance of Allsight more than we would.
You mean to tell us that this coward has more connections than you do?
I don't want to say that he has more connections than I do. It's just guiding new recruits and being a tour guide around the city is below my pay grade.
Sorry, we've evidently run into the manager who doesn't feel like doing the job now. Then, hey, Prolix, whatever the hell, you got us forward, and remember that you're, as much as you might be home, in my gun's eyesight, you are a guest.
Yeah, it's fine. I can actually do. I can do better. I can actually give you lodgings. You can stay at my house. I promise it's taken care of. I haven't been here.
Lodgings in your house.
Yeah, I have a house here.
Oh, no, you gotta mute it, buddy.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank goodness I didn't miss the good part.
I can try and mute him.
I got him. It's fine. He's muted. Prolix looks at Malakritos and he's waiting for you guys to make a decision on what you want to do. Prolix, you can trust him on that. He does have a home here.
It's just tricky because I don't currently have a place to stay. But I hate him, so it's odd. Prolix, you have a space here, and I appreciate that. We may call upon you, but for now, as I look around the group, are we in need of a rest at the moment, or shall we proceed?
Chores around town didn't take too much out of me. I'd much rather get to know this city first. I'm sure we could acquire rooms. I don't see any need to stay here.
Big fan. I like Parrish's way of thinking. So, Bro, Lex, goodness, even saying your name, oh man, I hate you so much. It's always distracting. God. Alright, Lex. Let me try again. Take us to where we need to go to speak to whom we need to speak. We'll figure out lodgings and stuff later, and if you're lucky, I won't kick you in the balls during the journey.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Yes. Well, I'll take you to my house because that's all I can do. The Legions of All Sight. I don't know if I'm using this voice. It's been so long since this voice. The Legions of.
It's okay. Just
Be Astro
pick a
annoying.
voice.
Yeah.
Just pick a voice that I want to punch in the face, and you'll nail it.
It's working.
We're kind of a collective. There's two portions. The one that I'm working for. Well, we're kind of more so the
Can you spit it out already?
we're kind of the heroes of Corel. We're big and popular in Marquette, and everyone loves us, and we have no enemies whatsoever, I promise. But
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do a big old insight check on that. Big old insight check.
yeah, go ahead.
So that is a 15 with an insight of a +5 for a dirty 20.
Okay. You know that he's obviously lying.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, how bad is the question?
It's not like they have major oppositions. Most of their oppositions are minor factions at best. They are. He is not wrong in the sense that like they're the good guys. Is what he's trying to say. But yeah, so
You're one of the good guys here. You. Isn't it crazy? You're saying that not everyone hates you all the time, every day. I'm very confused. This doesn't line up with my experience. Try again.
no one hates me here.
No. Beg to differ. Tons of people know a bunch of them. But continue. What's your experience here?
Well, typically speaking, there has to be a formal invitation. I can't just bring you guys, I can't just bring you guys there and then have them just, hey, welcome to the team. There's an invitation. There's some requests that have to happen. You have to prove your worth to the allegiance. And then you'll be granted access to where you need to go, what you need to do. It's not really my decision.
Might not be your decision, but it seems like you know something about it. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what those tests might look like, and maybe, anything else that makes me not want to keep you directly in the chode?
I don't know what that is. More so mini quests, tasks. It's really just whatever they need at the time. It's probably not difficult.
You could take some
Shocked.
guts. Wasn't a task enough.
Generally speaking, this group does tasks well. Indeterminate tends to be fine. So I'm gonna look. Ari looks around the group. Do we want to go do this now? Do we want to get started on these tasks? Do we want to get started on moving forward? And is it the same thing as going to your house? Because you've been pretty big about going to your house to the point where, like, I'm not sure if it's actually something you're super proud of and want to bring us to, or you're going to poison me with tea.
No, I just want to go home. That's all. You're welcome to go to any of the other lodgings. I'm just offering this one for free.
You might circle back. Why don't you go? Yeah, you're great. Why don't you show us where you live, and then we'll make our own choices. Direct us where we go to potentially. I'll look around the party again. Unless we need to do something else. We can go begin this process of getting ourselves ingratiated through task mastery. I'm pretty good at it.
I think finding out where he lives is not a bad idea, even if we don't end up staying there. And I think getting started on whatever tasks might be a benefit. We need to ensure there's inns aplenty in this city, unlike where we came from.
Yeah, there's lots of places.
Well, thank goodness for that. I can use an extra stage in an evening. Moving about suits me. Let's, you know what? Rolex. Thank you. Oh, it tastes gross in my mouth even so. Thank you. Take us to your home and let's go from there.
Well, okay. With respect, Alacritus, can I go? Alacritus. Yeah, of course. Do you guys got any other questions involving Oncarel or Marquette? I can help you if you need it. No? Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're new. No. We are new here. And frankly speaking, while we are interested in moving along, we're interested in moving along with people who can get through here. Imagine I'm brand new, because I am. Now you tell me what I should know. You tell me how to get through here safely. You tell me what matters. And honestly, my friend, we have had a hell of a day. Just give me the highlights.
Sure, yeah. You seem like interesting folk who could wield a sword, or some of you look like you might want to commit a crime. I will tell you that theft, exploitation, and murder is probably the worst things that you can do. From life in prison to permanent exile. You're gonna want to watch out for the enforcers, the Hands of Ord, and the offenses for which culpability is in question or that involve particularly heinous crimes are ruled on by the judges in the Cerulean Palace, and in some cases, even by Yaman Sa Ord himself. I would say...
Ari quickly looks over to Ortega. And he kind of like leans back into him, bring his head down and says to him, okay, different kind of place. We've been in places like it. I'll be more cool. Be cool too. I'm good.
You talked real quiet, so I couldn't hear what you said, but yeah, we're cool.
I can tell you, the city is divided into 8 districts. There's the Alluvium District, the Circlet Walk, the Guided District, the Ridge, the River, the Sand Herald, the Sigil, and the Suncut Bazaar. It's a pretty big city, predominantly humans, orcs, and elves. So those of you more human-like would find yourselves fitting in, and surprisingly, the big guy over here is going to find himself fitting in quite nice too. All of the prime deities are welcomed here. Don't talk about the betrayer gods. So if there's any connections to that, I'm not going to judge, but just know that if you're found out, there's at least a couple weeks of imprisonment that's going to happen.
So don't talk about the chained oblivion.
Yeah, maybe don't. Are you?
No, we had to go through a temple called the Betrayer's Rise to get to the second thing. It's the only one I've actually ever heard of.
Well, then you're in luck. You'll not hear about them here. So, in terms of navigation, there's different elevations that form the districts. There's canals of fresh water. You're gonna find that we are surrounded by a very arid desert. It's vast. We are unlucky because we are located somewhat in an oasis. There's rivers that circulate throughout the districts. It's the only form of fresh water you're going to find. And you will also find that if you're in the interest of shopping or looking for items, you're going to notice that a lot of it is going to be water appropriate. For an example, like decanters of endless water are very common here because water's a very limited resource for us. So if there's...
Do you have one?
Of course. Of course I have one. I have many. I have this mission. I have an unseen servant.
I have it.
No.
You could probably use one though.
That's great. I know lots of shop vendors that want to sell you. There's lots of levels of lodging that you can do, depending on your comfort levels, and depending on who you want to meet. There's lots of major factions. Just be careful where you step. You might step on the wrong toes. Or you might step on the right ones.
Charming and handy introduction. Does it come with a map that I can look at or not? I'll be a map around here.
You actually have already given a map. You have a map.
Oh, that's right. Darn it. It's okay. Well, then that was an empty threat.
That was an empty threat. Yeah, that's very empty.
Well, thank you very much for your hospitality thus far. Could we presume that your doors would be open to us again once we become more acquainted with the city?
Yeah. Once you're allowed access, at least once, I know it's come and go as you please. I can't necessarily guarantee that I'm going to be here all the time. I am a traveler myself, and I'm just on the expedition.
No sweat. We'll take great care of the place. We'll make sure it's kept up or water. All the plants will make sure that no one breaks all your windows and cracks your pipes for big problems come winter.
That sounds like... Sorry, winter? Are you kidding me? There's no winter here. Also, there's no need to do any of those things because the mansion just takes care of itself. So, I just more or less mean...
Yeah, I mean, great.
Don't go rooting through my shit, or I'll know you've gone rooting through my shit. And then you won't be allowed back in.
I can't imagine anyone in this party would ever think to do anything like that, as Parrish pointedly looks at everyone. And I don't think there will be any issue with the breaking of laws. Well, good people don't follow unjust laws. I'm sure this is a very just city.
We are very just.
That is the best line of the entire series.
That's just facts.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna design a t-shirt real quick. I'm gonna do that.
So for now,
And
enjoy the city. Alex will take you to his home, at least for the day, just so that you guys can get settled around town. If you find lodgings elsewhere, or like I said, there's plenty to look, and you'll find it. But he isn't wrong. And like I said, there is an invitation-only request to get into the Allegiance of Halsey.
I don't know if any of us ever said he was wrong, just excruciating to be around. I think we can discuss amongst ourselves on the way to this house what we want to do in the city, how we want to spend our time. I, for one, would love to find a new inn.
Well, doors are always open.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but you lead the way. Take me home, Rolex. Take me home.
Yeah, sure, of course. And he saunters on off out through the door. You watch him walk out and starts walking one way and then stops and looks inside and... Sorry, Sid, are you coming? Wait, go.
I'll follow.
Me too.
Assuming Ortega and Talos also join along. Yeah.
Ortega would come.
Yeah. So he does walk you along through some of the main city streets. You guys are located right in the Sigil district. He does have a house. It's not too far away. It's about a kilometer walk, and takes you about 10-20 minutes to get there. He's walking at a pretty fast pace and leads you closer off to the river district. You can start to smell that fresh water. As one of the rivers closest, you can see estuaries of it streaming down in through the canals as you get close to the river district. He leads you to a tiny home. Just enough for himself, his cat that he has. You see the cat. He's got so if you want to picture, like, it has a kind of like a Japanese motif to it, like an ancient, like feudal Japan motif, where the house is small but the garden in front is open. It's got, you know, a little tiny trickle of fresh water coming in through some like your I'm gonna botch the word, but like that sand garden. There's a word for it. But you see that, like, there's, you know, little like desert shrubberies that he has, and you see the cat just kind of shuffle over. It's a orange tabby as it, you know, saunters over. It's very fluffy, very plump, very well fed. Looks like it's maintained its role in the house very well, catching, you know, field mice and desert rabbits and small vermin here and there that enter the city.
Stop giving this man likable qualities. I've made up my mind.
He's a cat. This is Kitty. Yeah, he goes down and he goes, oh yes, well everyone, this is my little abode. I have 3 floors. I've taken care of it. It's been in the family for generations, and we've always had a little feline friend wander around with us. This is not the first, and it probably won't be the last. This is Mr. Kelthios. Knock knock, code word. Mr. Kelthios. The first.
Mr. Kelthios, you say?
Kelthios, yeah, that's actually spelled Kelthios. Mr. Kelthios.
Kelthios.
Yes.
Kelthios, like a code word, okay?
Yeah, very code wordish. It's weird, but yes, Kelthios. Kelthios is by no means a code word for anything else other than this cat. And you see he bends down and gives Mr. Kelthios a little scrunch on the head, and that's it. Walks in between his legs, then fluffs up its tail and heads on over and nestles itself in the sand, messing up this intricately designed sand garden that he has. A Zen garden. Oh my gosh, it's a Zen garden.
There you go.
Yeah. And he opens the door. It is a sliding barn-style imperial feudal Japan door. He walks in, and you can see that he does seem to have a lot of this architecture built up. It is ancient. On the inside, it is very much more. It's open. There's not a lot of furniture. He doesn't seem to have like your typical living areas. It's more so all floor space. You can tell that he seems to have a fascination with older cultures, specifically the older Caucasian style cultures, in this sense. And you see that he has himself a decanter of endless water, and he has several little mini engineering, artificed machines that seem to be doing all these automated things, as if there is some form of sorcery or magic at work here. And he takes off his little hat and he hangs it on by the door, and he walks down into this living quarters area and goes to the fireplace and pours himself a drink. And you see, as he's pouring himself a drink, it just keeps going and going and going, and he splits off these cups and he puts them on a tray and he brings them over to all of you and he says, well, it's quaint, but it's mine, and make yourselves acquainted. You can stay here as long as you wish. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of space, but make yourselves. The upstairs is mine. The downstairs and the basement is yours if you need it. I assume that you're going to want to look around the city a little bit. There is the bazaar, which is about an hour or so walk away. You'll find all of the stalls and the markets that you need to find there. There is the... What would you be interested in? There is the river district if you wish to have a nice swim, to bathe or to enjoy the gardens and things that we've done. There's a spa. It's glorious. It's fantastic. In terms of other things, there's a lot of it is, basic city. There's the Alluvium Gardens. It's very, very gorgeous area to walk through. A lot of people come in with their gods there. There's a interesting scent to the living gardens. It's kind of like a fruity, sweet scent. You notice those, and there's natural growing fruit there. It's hard to cultivate here, but in the jungles it's more native. And we've done our best. There's the Circlet Walk, which is primarily residential, but there's taverns and places of commerce there. But by all means, if you want to know anything specific, you point it out on the map, and I'll let you know. There's a smithy, if you want to know. It's in one of the ridge. It's at the top of one of the 3 plateaus.
I don't think we want to take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for having us to your home. I think perhaps we would like to show ourselves around the city, and of course, if we have any questions, I know we're welcome back here.
Yes, of course. I am going to head out. I'm going to do the thing that you actually need me to do. Being back home it's nice. And you'll notice that my demeanor changes while I'm here versus when I'm traveling the world. It's a long story, but let's just say I get homesick really quick. So, enjoy.
You got a girlfriend, don't you?
Well, I mean, look at me.
I'm just kidding. We all know you don't.
Okay, she lives on the north side of town. Okay, we see each other from time to time, but there is a woman. She's part of my fancy. She likes to play the viol.
What brothel is she at, so that I know to stay away?
You said she's a musician.
She's not a brothel. She's a musician. Anyways, I will bid you adieu. Make yourselves at home, unpack if you want to, or find yourselves enjoying food. It is all, you can make it yourselves. There's lots. We take care of it here, so I'm gonna head off, and I will see you when I see you. Take care.
Sounds great. Thanks a bunch. Oh, sorry. One more thing here. Just sorry. What this will be this written. Thank you very much. Great. Thanks. Bye.
Is that
No, I'm kidding. It's an old joke from our neck of the woods. It's the way we say thank you for being welcoming and bye.
Yeah. No, I know what that means. And let's just say I've probably done a few things that have deserved it, which is why I've opened my home to you. Just feed the cat on the way out. He turns around and slides the door closed, and you hear, as he's walking through as it disappears. Leaving you alone in this dude's house.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna feed the cat. And Ponder.
Feed the cat. No. We can feed the guy, but we gotta feed his cat.
Ponder taking the cat with us, because we know it would be better off. No, nothing steals
once
cat.
we decide. Not yet. We still have stuff to do with this town, but let's decide how much this guy really deserves his cat versus how much we would love this cat. Let's get to know the cat a little bit. Let's just see how it goes. It's a good fit. We'll make good
if it's a
everybody.
You want to know if it's a Tressym?
I only want to keep it if it's a Tressym.
Why don't you make make an Arcana check.
Hey, I get it. Customs are free, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
I have advantage on that, right?
Yes, you do.
Natural 20 for a 24.
Oh!
So, you do notice something. This cat does seem to have some magical aura to it. It is as though with some form of altered vision or sight into something else. This
Blind sight.
yeah, it's not going to help this one.
Yeah.
How about everyone make a wisdom check.
$16. Not bad.
I rolled a 16, and my wisdom is a +2, so that's 18.
Okay.
Our wisdom is schmuck.
Natural 3 for a 6.
I'm sorry, can you remind me the roll we're doing?
So this is a wisdom,
Wisdom, you'll be well.
and also for Tatiana, this would be Fey, Fiend, or Undead, which means you would have advantage on this wisdom check.
Wisdom check or save?
It's a wisdom check. I don't know what you got. I don't have that up.
You did well. I mean, first I got a 6, and then you said I got advantage, so 15.
Okay. So I do have to roll for this, but
Special dice roll, Dragon Heart.
I was gonna say, we need some more dice rolls. This is the best dice roll we could have for it.
here we go. There's the technically 20. It's a dragon with a dice. Again, this is the blood crystal dice, and it goes in my custom dice tower. Oh, it didn't come out, but it is a natural 20.
No!
But this is a skill check, and there's no natural 20s in skill checks. So, for those of you that rolled higher than 17,
I got 18 with my check, with my bonus.
you do notice that there is something occupying the space around its torso area. You see that when it walks, it's not walking per se. It's almost as if it is fleet of foot in that it is gliding across. You start to see a faint, shimmery outline of what is indeed magical wings.
Hey, Kyle.
Yes,
Divine Sense, is this thing Fey, Fiend, or Undead?
it is Faye.
Cool.
So I'm gonna lean back to Parrish. I'm just gonna be like, you may not see that, you see that.
Yeah, I also noticed that it's the first. Normally, there's further iterations of a name. Maybe this one's just kind of come with the house.
So, is it safe? Is it not safe? Do I pet it? Do I kill it? Do I give it a name and buy treats? I need instructions.
Well, it has a name,
A lot of feelings.
and
But what if I want to give it a different name? Then do carry out.
well, I mean, just because you have two names doesn't mean that everyone wants to. And I would ask Ortega if it's safe, but it seems fine. And I encourage giving lots of things snacks.
I'm assuming that Ortega knows what it is.
With everyone else's check and seeing that, you still can't see the wings. The wings are magically enchanted to be invisible. It is different. But with...
I would mention it out, though, to people. I would tell them that I'm like, so there's the sparkly wings. That's something you don't see.
Yeah.
Interesting about that.
And I rolled a 24 on my Arcana check, so if I had more information, sure, I could figure out what it is.
Yeah, you would know that it is indeed a Tressyms.
Well, Prussians, much like Prolix, can be little shits. They like food. And if you don't like it, or if you kill it, it'll just go back to the Feywild.
Ari, you're not killing an adorable cat creature.
Can I make a check to see if it's magically linked to Prolix, or it's just a pet?
Yeah, make
Or let me get clear. I wasn't seeking to kill the animal. I feel like it was something I was willing to do should it be crazy and have more layers of teeth than I would have imagined, but aside that I don't want to give it scripted snuggles and food.
You can make a check to see.
Sorry, please roll, but I wanted to make...
What check would that be?
Arcana check.
Can I use the same Arcana check that I used?
Well, I would say that this one's maybe different.
Okay.
Yeah.
6.
I will give you advantage on it, though.
Oh, yeah. Need it. Oh, right.
Okay. You get the feeling that this isn't necessarily connected to Prolix specifically, but it is connected to this house.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Larry, I really want to take that cat. It belongs with one of its own. A fey creature.
I think that's an excuse because you think it's cute. I acknowledge that I love that side of you, but we'll feed his cat. Possibly.
It's cute, Parrish. I don't think it's cute. I think it's extremely useful, clever, and tricksy.
Okay, so what I guess what I'm hearing is we have a few options. One, we can feed the cat of the person who let us use their house for free with no problems, even though we have not been kind to him. I literally flipped him off everywhere. Or we could do much of the same thing, but then also take his cat. And I just think that maybe we're, you know, Ortega, we've had good idea conversations, bad idea conversations. I might put this under the bad idea. Why don't we just wait to steal the cat until we're certainly done here, and then maybe, just maybe, not steal someone's cat?
I don't think we can take it, or I think it's magically linked to this house.
So would you like to take the house?
No.
I was for team you finding a home, but I understand.
And I've already explained to you, Parrish, that's not going to happen, at least anytime soon. I'm on team. Let's find an inn that Parrish can get us lodging for free at.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Also, our Parrish has all my money. He bought me this little walking stick.
I think you made it okay in that trade.
I do like to walk.
Let's get walking then. We're not stealing the cat or the fae. I think it'd be better to see the city, find a place we're actually going to stay, though knowing that this place is magically inclined possibly does offer some protections. I mean, you've met Perlix, and somehow he hasn't been murdered in his sleep yet, so I think that's a fair chance there's warding spells here.
I don't think this place has enough space. I don't think it's big enough to see.
Find a place to go, but for now, to be honest, I haven't explored a new city in a while. Ortega, I remember how we used to do that. We'd go up and down, and we'd case a few joints. We'd see what had opportunities. We'd see where there was action. We'd see where there was cheap drinks. And I feel like maybe doing an old school town search with you. Now, Lady Tatiana, I believe you'll like it. Parrish, I believe you will too. And Captain Tallis, long as she told us.
Well, they did mention there was a spa. That is something that Ortega seemed quite happy to do. Have a bath.
I would be also happy if he had a bath.
I've been magically cleaned up. Also, Parrish, please don't ever magically clean me up again.
We'll see how bad you smell.
Honestly, man, that funk permeates magic and aura like you wouldn't believe. Okay, so what I'm hearing is city exploration with a special stop at a bathhouse. Which, to be honest, it sounds kind of grand.
I'm okay if it's an outdoor spa, too.
There was a
very
river.
picky about spas. I'm just not confused, honestly. Like, didn't really like. Does it need to have like porcelain siding, or is it okay if it's clay? Like, you all right on this? Okay, let's go to the spa. Let's go have a good time. Let's see what else we can see around here.
I'm just excited to use this walking stick, to be honest. It's got a face on it, alright? Parrish knows good art when he sees it.
Man likes walking and he likes faces.
And I do believe that he knows good art when he sees it. Let's go.
You're real glad you didn't buy them horses there, Parrish?
I'd forgotten about them.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah. Anyway. How about the rest of you? Any other thoughts or plans? I think it is probably best that we run these errands for them. But until such point that's a necessity, I like to get acquainted with the city.
Well, if it's all one and the same, I might skip the bathhouse. I'm having enough of those. Last 24 hours or
I
so.
promise that this one doesn't have blood in it.
Admittedly, I might be disappointed.
Also, with the amount we've all been submerged
Promise
in,
that it is.
I missed that.
Okay, what if I promise that it does?
I may be inclined to join. Is it yours?
Could be.
It could be.
I would very much like to leave before this conversation continues.
I no longer am sure if I want to go to the spa.
Not sure either. I don't think it'll be helpful for anybody, but let's leave now. Go.
Ortega's gonna turn around to the counter where Prolix grabbed that particular item that poured us all the beverage. And he's going to pocket that item before he leaves the house.
Okay, so it is literally just a decanter of endless water. That's all it is. You just pour it.
Oh, that's not the jar I was thinking of.
Which one were you thinking?
It's the one where you can pour out whatever liquid you want. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, no, he was just boiling water That's all he was doing. He was just boiling water.
I thought he was pouring alcohol into it.
Nope. It was just like basically making tea.
I'm still taking it,
Okay.
but now I know what I want.
Okay.
I mean, I'll feed the cat on the way out.
Feed the cat.
Yeah, we gotta feed the cat. Damn it. What do these magic cats eat? What do these fake cats eat?
I mean, I'm gonna give it some rations and check his cupboards for tuna.
Some cheeses.
So, cats be cats. You know.
It typically, like, he even said, like, you get the idea that, like, it eats mice and sparrows, stuff like that.
Fresh out of sparrows.
If you look at its teeth, there are not very many flat ones. They're all very pointed.
I'm gonna start, and I promise if I find a rat, I will bring it back over to you. And I'm going to scratch it on the head.
Keltios curls up a little bit, and you see it kind of lifts its body up a little bit. And then you actually look at, like, as it makes eye contact with you, you see it rolls its eyes. And it kind of motions for you to, like, follow it.
Whoa.
I'm not leaving quite yet, but I will follow the kitty.
Okay. So it, pads its way over to what is potentially looks like the kitchen area, and you see it stops and looks at you, and then it stops and saunters closer to a row of storage units. And it flies up, and it just uses its front paws and opens this door. And it shimmies itself backwards, and revealing this storage unit full of Tressyms branded cat food. And
She's spoiled.
it just it hovers back down, sits down, and then just looks at you and then starts pawing at your leg.
Is there a particular flavor you like?
It looks at you and it nods. It points to the one. You get the feeling that this being understands everything that you have been saying the entire time. And it points over, and you see it's this like kibble-based product mixed with grains. You see that it's fish flavored, which makes sense because fish is a delicacy over here. So, yeah.
We take this creature.
Speak in Sylvan to this thing.
You can speak in Sylvan. It understands Common, but it can't speak it. They do have its own language. I would say.
Oh, so it doesn't understand Sylvan?
The language Tressyms speak is like a sub-dialect of Sylvan. It's like it would be able to...
Tag is basically just trying to say, stop playing dumb. I know you can open that thing yourself.
It just looks at you and goes, "Meow." And he's like, yeah, I know.
So just to be clear, we've reached a level of D&D play where we've encountered a fake cat who insists on quality food showing it the secret passage, and then is being a dick about opening it, making it the most cat-like cat ever.
Yeah, basically.
I love this game so much.
Huge. Tati has no issues grabbing the one that he pawed at, and I want to look at the little kitty and go, weren't you a good, I'm going to kind of peek at the undercarriage boy?
You see,
And I'll open the cat food.
when you open the cat food, you see a little tiny slip of paper slide out, and it looks like it's like a receipt or like a note, like a reminder note. And you see that it is actually like this food was purchased at a store called Moggies and Mongrels.
Monkeys and... Maybe I'll go by there and buy you a treat. And I'll find a dish and put it on the dish. Bring it down to him.
It like looks at the dish, pans at it for a minute, knocks the dish over, and then walks away.
But you cheeky little bastard.
Ortega's going to look down at it and continue to speak in Sylvan is just going to ask it. Is the place where he buys the food also sell Tressyms?
And it sits there, and you can tell it like it's thinking. It's genuinely thinking, and like its head kind of nods back and forth, but it like almost makes it sound like I don't know. It's like
Very well, you little dick. Tressyms are awesome.
Walk in the kitchen.
Sure.
Sorry, what was
Just
that?
say I'm gonna walk into the kitchen, pass Ortega, and I'm gonna look at him and just be like, I want one. And keep going.
Ortega's gonna follow her, and once they're outside, he's going to say, next time, let the damn cat feed itself. It opened the door, it can open the can.
this wasn't a can.
It has claws.
It was like a parchment paper. But yeah.
So we're in town now. We're outside.
You've left Prolix's place, and like I said, you are right now in the side. Oh no, sorry. You are. I'm gonna move you guys here. You are kind of close to the River District, but you are in between the Sand Herald, the Cerulean Palace, the Sigil. You're kind of in between all the districts right now, and the Suncut Bazaar, which is like where the main shops are, is on the other side of the Cerulean Palace. Like I said, it's about an hour or so. Probably about a half an hour walk or so.
Am I supposed to be seeing Umbrella in Mill 20? Because I just see Bazazan.
Yeah, me too, man. I just see Bazazan.
Oh, you still only see Bazazan. Let's do that. Flop.
Oh, there we go.
Hey!
There you go.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh! Look at the size of this place.
It is a big city. It is, this is probably the biggest city that most of you have been in. Let's put it that way.
And so if Ari has seen as he steps out the size and scope of this place, the first thing he thinks of is that there must be a lot of different kinds of music here. And so as we're walking through town and as we're exploring, Ari's keeping an eye out for every, taverns are easy to find. What he's looking for is, jam halls. He's looking for, some underground. He's just keeping his eyes peeled for, where there's people, making the music of this space.
Okay.
So, that's my, I'm not sure what my passive perception is, but consider it going.
It's fine. If you guys are technically heading towards the Suncut Bazaar, that's where you're going to find most of those things. the interesting thing about like a music hall is you don't hear so much anything specific. You hear music being played constantly throughout. You see peddlers, playing like buskers playing on the central streets. You see, a lone ludist playing down an alleyway. You see all the different sights and sounds of this beautiful city as you walk through, and you notice that like the ground itself it's paved, but it's like a sandstone paving, and all of the houses and the buildings that you see are these like clay-like structures, almost like an adobe in its build, very desert oasis-esque. You see the flora matches. You see, not big trees by any sense of the word, but there's lots of palm. You see lining the central streets is some form of desert shrubberies that have been well maintained. You see some like street vendors and some like children going up to the palm trees, pulling off this exotic fruit, and going around berry picking. And there's a whole lot of different sights and sounds and smells that you can make note of. One of the places that you do notice more so is what looks to be a kind of a gaming district. There's a larger building. It's called Lux Run, and it is 3-story tall. It's made of speckled red porphyry. It's topped with metallic domes in the Palatal Marquesian style. And at this point in time, you see that it's getting dark. And some faint purplish light seems to escape from the slit-like windows. You hear the sound of laughter and music into the streets. You see that this is a casino. This is where you would notice and you would find most of the prime musical guests and concerts and stuff like that.
And also gambling? No.
So the River District is where the bathhouses are.
Yes, the River District is where the bathhouses are.
And the shopping is in Suncut Bazaar, which is an hour away.
And that's at least where Ari was heading. So.
And the casino is where?
The casino is right here. Is in the bazaar.
I feel like Ari would have probably changed his mind once he saw the casino. he's like, he was interested in stuff, but that's gonna call to him, especially if he said he heard music from it. Also, oh no, though. He has a moment because he's had a pretty bad experience.
Yes.
At the casino. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I think I'm missing something. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just pinging Kyle to make sure I knew which building he was talking about.
Yeah.
No. Ari's had a bad experience at a casino, so he's a little nervous about it, but also enticed. So he holds back and sees where the group is going.
How about you, Dallas? Where do you want to go?
Sorry, where is the Crystal Chateau that we just came from? What district is that in?
I was in the Sigil district.
Okay, and sorry. So just so I'm clear, the Allegiance of Allsight, is that associated with the place that we just came from with Alacritos, or are those different things?
So the Allegiance of Allsight is kind of all over. They do have a base in the Sigil district. You were technically in a Legions of Allsight library. It's a school. It's not the same. It was a school, and you were talking to the professor. So he basically, he's a university teacher. The Legions of Allsight basically owns the university. He's not affiliated with them 100%. He does have a higher standing in there, but he doesn't deal with the people who would be doing active recruiting.
And then, do we have any idea if the Cobalt Soul has, a monastery somewhere or, a central location in the city?
Yes. Question did give you, he gave you the map, and he said that he gave you the sending stones and said you'd be contacted regardless. It wouldn't be difficult to find where the Cobalt Soul is. The Allegiance of Allsight and the Library of the Cobalt Soul, they're staunch allies. They work together a lot for a lot of things, and it has been pointed out to you that it is the Temple of the Mentor. It is a Ayun the Knowing Mentor. It's in the Guided district. And it has been pointed out on the map for you, physically drawn on the map for you, but it is on the actual Roll20. It is where I am pinging right now, if you can see.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, you guys can draw on it. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, and also too, this spot right here is that's where you guys just came in. Right there. So observe that as well. That's fine. And in terms of Prolex's house, if I zoom in a little bit, there is a little tiny. It's actually not even that tiny. It's close to the city wall where the canals are for the river district that runs in through all the estuaries around it. There's a little tiny building right there. Sorry, no, I'm in the wrong grid. Here we go. Right here. This is where his house is. I'll circle it just because it's a little bit harder to see specifically.
Wait. Can I not delete what I drew? I drew a dick, but I wanted to know it for a second. Now I don't know how to get rid of it, and I feel bad.
If you hit the arrow button, you just click on it and you can delete it.
Oh, there.
And he will draw a... That's just what we do.
So I'm trying to move the red casino over top of the casino, but it won't let me.
It is actually on top of the casino.
No, the red line is, but the word casino. I keep trying to move.
I got it.
Over top, but it won't let me.
Oh, it won't let you because it's That's fine.
Thank you.
I just realized that Jester is technically like my sister? Yeah. It makes sense I'd draw a dick something. That's okay. That's brand aligned with Jester Leroy. She literally has entire story arcs that are based around defacing ancient artifacts by drawing dicks on them.
That is true.
That's true.
Must run.
That is my big sis.
Plus run in the family, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so you guys know where some of those places are already, and then other places are scattered and littered throughout in between. And just let me know where you want to go.
Are we splitting the party, or are we all staying together? Also, Talus, you want to specify which place you want to go?
Oh. I mean, I'm on board with getting to know the city, the real city. I think it's foolish to run errands in a city that you don't know. And I'm all for spas and cheap drinks and everything else that was mentioned.
You alright, Talus? You seem off-put.
You know, while the whole party is here, I just wanted to say that I don't feel bad for doing some of the things that I did, but I did break a personal code of mine, which is you don't steal from your own crew, and I did. So, did want to apologize, Tatiana, to you, because I did break your trust, and that was wrong. I'm sorry.
Ortega is gonna gently stomp on Tatiana's foot so that she acknowledges what was just said.
What? Am I supposed to say something back? Fine, whatever. Thank you for apologizing for the shitty thing you did. I'll consider it.
Sorry, would you say it infernal to me?
This is bullshit.
Ari says, back in infernal. Right here. Where is it, Talus? That it?
I'm sorry. All of it. But sorry, did I lie? Did I, sure, maybe I've omitted the truth at times or not shared things, but I don't know. Did I ever really lie to you, to any of you?
So we're gonna we'll put a quick pause in this and we'll get back to it later. Let me tell you. He gets close, not in like a too close way, just to be quiet and so not everyone else has to hear it. He just says, if you think you've been a good person, that's not great. It's not a great way to be a good person.
I don't mean to step in here, but actually, no, I'm not fully intending to step in here.
Yeah, no, you don't do things halfway.
Ever lied to protect someone?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you ever lied to protect someone?
Let's say sure.
And maybe Talus had a good reason for lying. and you should trust her because she's been your friend. That's all I gotta say.
You know what, No. He's not, he's not off base. Ortega, it's a kind thing to say, and it acknowledges what's gone on and makes sense to move things forward. And from you, it is nothing. I'm gonna wait to hear from her. And that's okay, we've got time. For now, believe it or not, Alice, you don't have to be perfect to have a fun time in a new city. If anything I've learned about fun times in new cities, it tends to give you new friends and restore friendships old.
That has been my experience as well. Alright.
Ari pauses and you can see he's gonna say something and he doesn't. He just nods at you in a way that's like, yeah, let's talk in a bit. And then he just walks out the front door and really hopes people follow him. He does not know where he is going.
On the outside.
Yeah, everyone's kind of...
Oh no, Gandalf. Is it left or right?
As
I
everyone
think I
else
was
said,
promised something to eat.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
I'm not excited
here. We've got a spa, we've got a bazaar, we've got stuff to do. Who wants you to do what? What are we doing?
As long as it involves me getting bite, I don't care.
Right of what? I'm afraid.
I think Ortega
It's really the intrigue.
likes the idea of team bonding. So he doesn't really care where we go as long as we go together.
I love your tickets. Like, I'm just imagining about you, like, team spirit. The big giant. Oh my god.
Speaking of team spirit, as everybody else has left the room to head outside, Ortega's gonna reach down and put a hand on Talus's shoulder and say, I really meant it when I said head you back. And then he's gonna head on out.
So, the decision is set. You're not going to find a place to eat in the bathhouse district, like the river district. You will find places to eat and a quote-unquote bite in the bazaar near the casino. That is also...
He doesn't like wherever Ortega goes.
Yeah. No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have any money, but I'll go.
The whole table is kind of got the giggling was the problem. Oh no.
I don't have any money to spend, but I'll go to the bazaar if that's where everyone wants to go. And considering the party just got paid, that it should be shocking to at least Ari that Ortega has no money.
Yeah. So, you guys make your way down to the bazaar, since I think that's kind of the general consensus at this point. You make your way down to the bazaar, you pass by the casino, and you see that it is, there's this large courtyard set up with market stalls, shaded by the awnings in the streets and the alleys of the bazaar. There's the central street, this dusty red road that runs through the district. It's crowded with shoppers, it's crowded with tourists, locals, and it can sometimes be so hard to even see that there's actually paved stone. There's also no shortage of pickpockets, as you guys have been so quick to notice. The hands of Ord, the guards seem to be lining the streets, and every now and then you see that they seem to find a pickpocket, and they grab them off the street, and when they realize who it is, it almost seems as though it's not necessarily the most right thing to do. You see that they take whatever the item is and send that person off on their way. It's almost as if pickpocketing and minor looting for tourists seems to be not necessarily a punishable thing, depending on who the person is. You see other people try to get away with it as you're walking along, and you see some people are, they're losing hands from it. Immediate judge, jury, executioner. As you walk along, you hear the sights and the sounds of these people trying to sell you everything. You are tourists. They are taking full advantage of that. They're putting things in your pockets, and they're asking for money, and as you are slowly across, you feel things touching and pulling and grabbing, and so you guys are doing everything you can to keep yourselves close-knit and together, and you see that the guards, they're starting to look, and you're seeing that there's a larger crowd than normal, taking advantage of the fact that you guys are all here together. Once the main group of people that seem to be bothering you notice that you're not just your regular tourists, they start to back off, giving you a little bit more space, and they focus their attention on the more innocent tourists. You see, as the way paves clear for you just a little bit, you see another set of battle of places. You see the Lux Run, like I said, the casino. You see what is known as the Bone Garden. It's an infamous pawn shop. You see a place called the Mystic Pursuits. You see the Courtyard, which is where hungry folk line up in front of food stalls on the west side of the courtyard. You see other people sitting on the other side of the edge. The courtyard's fountain, and you hear people talking, hearing gossip, and discussing stories and the newest fashion trends or whatever it might be at the time. You also see the Monkeys and Mongols, which happens to be a very quaint yet very magical pet store of some sort, some emporium that you have this weird smell coming out of it, and you see in the window there's your typical birds and cats. I think I just oh no, what?
You're still here.
You are still here.
Okay.
And no interruptions on my side.
Okay, yeah, it just looked like I was...
As we go past that pawn shop,
Yep.
As Ortega likes to stand at the rear of the party, he would like to slide into said pawn shop.
Okay. So...
After, he would actually like to put a bone rose in Tati's belt.
Make a set of hand check.
Sure. I don't know how
Listen, hey,
slight I'm trying to do, but good advantage on that. Yes. Oh, natural 20 for a 22 on it, mate.
Yeah.
This is the most nat 20 that
Beautiful.
all campaign.
May I make a perception check? Because I'm assuming that Tatiana and I are still up front, fucking infernal. Because we are just honestly, guys, I'm sorry, we're throwing shade. It's so I'd like to make a perception check to see if I can see it. I will not stop it. I would like to see if I notice. I don't notice.
Okay. Does Tati notice? Make a perception check. Okay. So, the group continues on as you slunk in, and the clatter of fishbone wind chimes announces the one's entrance into what is known as the Bone Garden. It's a combination pawn shop, antique store, and repository of strange and misplaced items. The shop stands near the entrance of the bazaar and has become a running joke among residents of Ankara. Fruitless searches for a missing key or a lost earring often end with the lighthearted comment, "It'll probably end up among the bones" within the week. You see a human acolyte who looks at you with a brazen attitude, and you also see a sassy gray parrot. And the parrot goes, as she looks up, she looks at the parrot, and the parrot goes, "Oh, hello."
Ortega ignores the parrot.
Are you kidding me? This campaign has been begging for a sassy parrot since
The whole campaign.
See, I look at the quiet and go, "You run this place?"
And
Or are you just an employee?
you see this young woman. She looks at you. She nods, and she mouths the word yes, but nothing comes out. And the parrot goes, "Reshaw's owner. Reshaw's the owner. What's it to you?"
Ortega's gonna pull an item out of his pack, set it on the counter. How much? As she will see the mask sitting on the counter.
She looks down at the mask and looks up at you and puzzled and looks at the parrot. The parrot looks at her, and the parrot's like, "Ah." She looks at the parrot and she shakes her head, and she looks at you and she shakes her head, and the parrot goes, "Cannot buy. This thing's way too crazy." "Where'd you get it?"
Not important. Which of your competitors would give up the most money for this thing?
She looks at the parrot, looks at you, and shrugs a little bit and knows the word.
Come on, one of them's gotta be pompous enough to buy something like this.
The parrot looks. We take what we can't. We take what we can sell. We can't sell this. Alright. Looks at the nonverbal female. Looks back and they nod at each other, and you see she pulls out a biscuit. Pulls a biscuit. Kirk's Bakery. Kirk's Bakery, I'll do it. Kirk's Bakery.
Where's that?
You see she pulls out her map and points it somewhere in the river district.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Ortega will walk out.
Bone chimes again as you walk out.
And just gradually catch up to the party as if he never left them.
Okay.
You see Talos, that's trying to sneak up on someone.
No, you laughed. So, where are you guys deciding to go first?
Ortega with one.
he wants to hit up the casino. And to be honest, if anything musically catches his ear on his way over, Ari's got sort of a sub thing going on here where he's looking for underground music.
Okay.
He's happy to do the big shows, loves the big shows, loves a stage, and loves shows that don't need a stage.
I'll be right back, guys.
So, to the casino then?
Yeah, I think Parrish is also interested in the casino. It seems like a decent gathering place to get to know a city. I think he also wants to, while we're going through the bazaar, pick up some local clothes. I don't really like getting seen as tourists and outsiders. Sometimes it's good and necessary. Other times it serves us better to blend in.
Okay. There is a shop. It's one of the stalls. You see it has rows and rows and rows of Marquesian attire. You see someone kind of in the back of the stall weaving something really quickly, making like a sari of some sort. You notice that a lot of these people are dressed in very loose-fitting but light clothing. So a lot of it is like blocking, like scarves to block from sand, and you see headdresses, and you see lots of different styles of linens with very intricate designs in them. Very floral. You see some with fruits designed and stuff into it. This one seemed like this stall seems like it would be for the commoner or for the tourist. You do see, more fancier people walking around, and you can tell that they're probably not getting their clothing from this district. They might be getting it from somewhere else. But it is not.
Commoner clothing suits me fine.
Okay.
We show up fancy when we need to show up fancy, is my thinking. So I'll pick up just some streetwear.
Okay. You see the one person, she's speaking in like very broken common with Marquesian words mixed in, and it's hard to understand. But you get the general idea that like one set of clothing is about about 5 silver pieces.
Well, I'm buying for me. I don't know if anyone stopped to do any shopping with me.
So, Ari is walking around nearby Parrish. We're on the same journey. But I want you to imagine he's looking for the exact opposite thing. What's the flashiest, coolest, I want you to imagine it's 1998 and he's going shopping for a flame shirt at Bootlegger.
There is definitely no shortage of very obvious tourist clothing.
I'm not saying tourist. No. Not tourist. I'm saying, I'm looking for a suit shop. I'm looking for a place to get a nice hat and a nice vest. And if I can't afford it now, that's fine. But I'm scoping out the places where when I want to upgrade, I know exactly where I'm going to go.
Okay.
I don't need to go shopping right now. To be honest, I'd probably prefer not to. I'd like to have more gold in my pocket. I don't even know how much gold I have, to be honest.
I go suit shopping. I do not know how much money I can spend.
Yeah, because to be honest, I want to be right irresponsible, but I don't even... Well, I guess I'm starting well. I don't know how much money I have. That's a good way to be irresponsible. But yeah.
Now let's include debt. Access to debt.
Oh, well. This credit card's only 39%.
So, you do notice you have seen some people wandering around with much more intricate clothing, very high-end stuff. You hear mumblings about the latest fashion trends, and it looks as though people seem to be getting their highest tier items either in the Opalite Forum, which is in the Illuvium district, or at a specific tailor in the Cerulean Palace itself.
Alright, so I'm not shopping here.
This is this is more for common folk, tourists, locals, stuff like that.
And hey, that's great. Someone's got to pay to see the stars, right? So that's great stuff. You guys do great.
If I can, I think Talus is watching the pickpockets and the Hands of Ord. I think she's very interested to see what the dynamic here looks like, and if she can make any kind of insight check or something like that into the types of people that seem to be targeted by the Hands of Ord, and which people seem to get off a bit easier.
Yeah, I would say maybe not so much an insight check actually make a perception check first to see if you can figure out who the most common pickpockets are that are being picked up.
Okay, that's a bit better. That's an 18.
So you are noticing that most of the pickpockets are they're targeting tourists more than anything, first and foremost. The ones that seem to have kind of a more squalor look to them, much younger, very amateurish, seem to be the ones that are being taken away by the guards and then kind of slapped on the wrist and told to go on their way. It's when you see people who are like dressed in black that seem to have a little bit more roguish attire to them that seem to be more so disciplined if they get caught. It's not as though you can't miss them. Like they're very stealthy in what they're doing, but on the very rare occasion that they get caught, you witness one of them get their hand cut off. You get the feeling that these guards are patrolling day and night. The Hands of Ord are competing against some form of syndicate or conglomerate that these people seem to come from.
Right.
Ortega might lean down to Alice and say, "It's like that in the Feywild too."
What, the hand cutting off situation?
Very much so. Except that there's no wardens to do it. You do it yourself.
I'm used to that as well.
Okay. So, you guys make your way to the casino. You see inside tables draped, crimson cloth filling the floor space. Each location crowded with patrons trying their hand at some of the games of chance. You see employees dressed in uniforms of dark gray and gold push through the throng while carrying trays of food, drinks, and corn between the tables. You see a picture on the wall of a halfling noble, and it seems to be the owner of the casino. Very regalish and very smug, very confident, and the painting is hanging right in the center. You can see Lux Run Casino. You see that there are three games of note, popular games that are being played. You see one that has a bust of Avandra in the middle of the table. Yeah, and you see like there's multiple tables, but you see that there's a bunch of busts of Avandra. And you see players rolling some dice of some sort. You see one of the areas of the tables are. You see a lot of the guards here playing this one. It's called the Gambit of Ord, and you see that there's a large pot at the center of the table. You see there's playing cards. And then you see another one which has a long table, and you see lizards running across the table. Those ones seem to be the most popular ones.
It's like a race? Like a lizard racing game?
It's a game. The game is a contest of lizard racing, yes. So the first one's called Avandra's Favor. It's a dice game. Second one, Gambit of Ord, which is a card game. And then the third one is the most popular, is KWD&DCONNECT. KWD&DCONNECT. KWD&DCONNECT.
Am I familiar with these games based on my time? You know my experience with a certain casino. But like in my time, like what's my insight in these games? Is one more stacked in the odds of the house? What's my take on these games?
So two of them. Well, okay. So Avandra's Favor is one that you're familiar with. The Gambit of Ord is one that's kind of seems to be like the local one, and the KWD&DCONNECT is, I mean, it's lizard racing, but it's like you could cut, copy, paste that with any animal at any.
It's lizard racing, yeah.
Lizards just happen to be easier to come by or raise over here, so yeah.
When you got lizards, do racing.
Exactly.
Sorry, that should be the wisdom quote for the session of like, when life gives you lizards, do lizard racing. They make very bad lemonade.
No.
But yeah, so you do see a couple of these tables each. The KWD&DCONNECT has like a billboard over top, and you see people sliding in names of the winning lizards. It's also been known as the Run of Luck, hence the name of the casino.
Hey Kyle, I know this is maybe a weird long shot, and if it's not the way the session goes, that's fine. Would I be able to bardically inspire a running lizard to then have you roll for their ability to win?
You can try, yeah.
I want you to roll more, buddy. Those Dragonheart dice are epic.
Beautiful dice cannot be wasted.
I can't let it happen. So so my goal currently is I'm not sure if it's like the same lizards over and over again. If it is, I'll watch. But if not, I'm gonna pick the one that looks the sexiest, and I'm gonna sing to it. And it's essentially gonna be like probably like a ballady version of "You're the Best Around" by Joe Esposito from the Karate Kid movie.
Okay.
I love that, but can you please describe what the sexiest lizard looks like for
I was just gonna say.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a minute. First off, these are runners, right? So I'm looking for that long, lean muscle form. I'm really looking for that long extension.
I immediately regret my decision.
Oh Oh, yeah, no. I want a tail that hasn't been ripped off, but looks like it's been pulled. What? I'm sorry! I'm sorry! That was so bad! I don't know where that came from! It just
no.
Oh no!
No, Josh, that was wonderful. Thank you.
You got it. This is too much.
Absolutely no more, but thank you. That was wonderful.
Oh boy. Upon looking up Bardic Inspiration, rules as written, I don't know why you couldn't inspire a lizard.
You can.
Oh. I already have.
You know what? It's actually really cool because how I simulate the play of this game is,
Does it have rolls?
it has rolls. It has dice rolls. So, is this the game that you want to play?
I feel like I have to now.
You've hyped this lizard up something fierce. I don't know if you're a fan. You seem like their PR agent.
I didn't do anything. This lizard hypes itself. Oh, you're right. I shouldn't be a tease. So, I go and I look at the lizard gate and I find the sexy lizard. And it knows who it is. It already knows. And I know, and we lock eyes. And as we breathe in the same air, suddenly I feel dryness in my mouth, but it somehow makes my voice better. And I pull out my guitar, and I sing pretty much a version of Joel Esposito's "You're the Best Around. No one's ever gonna bring you down. You're the best around. Please let me with a bunch of money." And the lizard digs it, and it nods at me slowly, and I nod back. And then we both back up with mutual respect in a weird sense of mutual attraction.
Okay. So you do see this lizard, this sexy lizard. You see that they're putting.
We should give it a name. Does it have a name?
It has a name. Just wait.
Okay.
So you see that they put in the tiles of the lizard names, and you see 3 lizard names show up. The one that you are looking for specifically is known as Lil Miss Crispy. Then you see Cinder and Spectre. Spectre is a black-looking one with white dots. You see Cinder, which is a orange and red one. And then Lil Miss Crispy is a brown with red speckles and black stripes.
Sorry, Kyle. I think I misheard you when you described Cinder, and it's the grayest, most beautiful, slightly chubby best girl right there.
Oh, best girl!
Okay, fine. If you
Yeah, I, the player, am retconning that.
But okay, fine. For the sake of the fact that Cinder is your cat's name, we'll say Cinder can be a gray lizard. That's fine. But it is not, unfortunately, the sexiest, which is the one that is known as Lil Miss Crispy.
Yeah, well, Ari's apparently afraid of a lizard with a little chunk, so...
Oh, no, I think you should for all sizes. And you know what, honestly, again, I think that all of our lizard sexuality is on a spectrum, and that's alright. And we should embrace the diversity of our lizard sexuality, and I think that that's good for all of us. And you know what, man, if a chunky Cinder does it for you, I think that that's really great and something to be celebrated and loved. And I think that if I'm looking for lean, long muscle mass in my running lizard, I probably need therapy. But I think we should continue the story because we've gone this far.
Yes. So
we can't turn back now. We've made a mistake. I made a huge mistake.
So, what we're going to do is each player can bet 10 gold pieces or more on a single racer. Anyone who backs the winner gets back double the amount wagered. Those who bet on the second place lizard get back half their wager.
There's 3 lizards, and they're all sexy.
I mean,
No. We know which one's the sexiest. I mean, they're all, again...
I didn't say the sexiest. Are they all sexy or not?
Sure, yeah, why not? They can be sexy.
We're all sexiest lizard race! That's the name of the episode!
It's decided. This is our sponsored episode.
Oh no! Oh,
sexy lizard race.
Oh, a sexy lizard. Oh, I forgot this was sponsored. I'm really sorry, Dragonheart Dice. We do love you guys.
But we gotta be us.
And that's what makes it amazing. Okay, so
no.
what is our... So right now there is a flat 10, one vote, one person gambling on every single one of them. So there's 10 GP at least for first, second, and third so far. So there's 30 gold pieces that have already been put into the table, into the betting, so whoever wins...
Wait, what was the max bet? What was the max bet?
It can be 10 gold or more. The min is 10.
Oh no, I'm gonna put in. We need to quickly check how much gold, but I haven't spent much gold. So I'm gonna put in at least 30 because I haven't spent much.
Oh my god!
Okay, 30 on Lil Miss Crispy.
30 on Lil Miss Crispy.
Okay.
I think Ortega is gonna lean over Parrish's shoulder and just whisper in his ear. Make sure he doesn't lose all his money.
Look, that's on the sexy lizard. But yes, I am going to watch this game at least once before betting that much money.
Okay.
I've got my eye out to see if anyone makes any substantial bets, if they have a way to make them lose.
Okay.
And then Ortega's gonna lean towards the exit as he telepathically tells Tati that he's gonna go for a walk through the bazaar.
Okay. So once all the betting is done, is anyone else betting on Lil Miss Crispy right now? Because right now it's okay. What are we betting? How much?
I think just 10 gold.
I'm going to.
What was I actually?
I'm going to put 15 down. And before Ortega walks away, I'm going to ask if he wants to be right. Does he want to come to you? Does he do that?
Oh no, I'm going to pet trap Patty.
Pet shop. Okay, don't let me lose all my money. And I'm going to run away to the pet shop with him.
Okay. Alright. So what we're going to do...
I'm so sorry. There's just a quick thing around. I'm not sure what the mechanics of the race are, but there are 2 things I'm looking for. One, I can cast Vicious Mockery at will, and I think that these other lizards suck. So you let me know if I can potentially make them feel badly about themselves. The other element being, I would like to be very much paying attention to how money is changing hands, security placement on the floor, the way that the staff react to a big hand and a big bet. I would like to see where money moves around the place while I am engaged in the race.
Ooh, actually, I have a question. Before you cast any spells, and I think Talus will say this, she's just going to lean over and say, now, I have never been in an establishment like this. Oh, I've done my fair share of gambling, but always in, back alleys and run down little gambling halls. Do we have any idea what the house's opinion on magically influencing games might be, and whether they might have any way of detecting that sort of strategic influence. Just might want to be a bit careful that we don't all get thrown out of this fine establishment.
I'm used to you being a voice of reason, but that's actually a pretty good point. So, I'll make you a deal. I will not blatantly cheat and give us a bad name in this city if you keep your eye on the security with me. You know exactly what I'm doing. You know exactly what I should be doing too. Well, how about this? Instead of fighting, we work together. And then let's see if Sexy Lizard brings us a win. In the meantime, I think we end up winning in this casino no matter what eventually.
I think so too. You watch the lizards, I'll watch litter.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So, both of you make perception checks for your respective searches.
That's awesome. Sorry, investigation or perception?
Perception.
That's 19!
13.
Okay. So, you guys are noticing that it seems to be pretty legitimately run. But a lot of it seems to be going, like, anytime money is being given to the casino, portions just automatically end up going to the casino, and that money just never seems to come out. The attendants, who are all dressed up the same, they all seem to have kind of like their coin boxes that they put the bettings in. There's a very solidified, streamlined system from where money goes in and the money comes out based on the winnings and the earnings. You see any of the people who are giving out big win amounts all seem to be halfling and seem to have kind of like a very coin filigree, like coins filigreed all over their epaulets on their shoulders. It's now. You get, I mean, like it's fake coins, but you get the idea that like these are like a family, or maybe they're very important people. The coins themselves, they look silverish, and you see all of the last names stem from something. You see Shem Silver. It's hard to tell where the money physically goes, but for the most part, it does look like it's very legitimized. You don't see any of those pickpockets that you'd seen earlier. You don't see anyone who seems to be running amok, causing a scene. You get your average, your drunkards or whatever like that, and, that have come and gone in and out of the casino. But for the most part, it is very well kept. It is, very well secured in terms of magical castings and stuff like that. You do see some people have tried, only to see that they've been getting caught. And that doesn't mean to say that you can't try. It just means that there's a chance of getting caught. When you get caught, the person that you see one person who got caught. When that person got caught, you didn't really see them come back out. You don't know where they went. Other than that, you have noticed that there are other people who have been casting some form of magic spell. So, once all the betting is in place, Ari, you can choose to do one of three things. You can choose to give bardic inspiration to Lil Miss Crispy, or you can choose to viciously mock one of the other two, or you can choose to do nothing. If you choose to viciously mock or bardically inspire, you will have to make a sleight of a stealth check. Let me get a stealth check.
Man, I am so sorry. I've heard you. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
You can hear me now? Great, okay. So, it's a stealth check to be able to do either of them?
Yes. Well, you do them and then you make your stealth check.
I do them and then I make my stealth check? Okay, so do I sing to the sexy lizard? Or do I make fun of the gross one? I'm gonna encourage the sexy lizard.
Yeah, we don't body shame lizards here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. I'm really trying, oh baby. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long, yeah. And if you feel like I'm feeling the lizard, that's all it takes. Lizard runs.
Okay, make your stealth check.
18!
Alright, I have to roll my dice now, so let's record this.
Wait, hold on. With my stealth is a +3 for a dirty 21. Let's see if that Dragonheart dice can win the whole thing.
Alright, so, again, Dragonheart dice, everyone. Blood Crystal, these are not theirs exclusively, but these are one of their top sellers.
I think I'll get it.
Okay, so I rolled... Well, I can't tell you what I rolled. I'm not going to tell you what I rolled.
What?
No.
Tell us.
I'm not.
It'll be on Instagram. You gotta follow.
Yeah.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. No. So.
Previously on X-Men.
When all of them start running, so what I'm going to do is, what dice is your Bardic Inspiration? Is it a D6 still?
Moment, I'm sorry. Functions, Bardic Inspiration is a D6.
Okay, so since we have 3 people doing the lizard runs right now, I need all three of you to roll 3d4.
Can I roll with physical die, or do you want the online one?
You can do whatever you want. You can tell me, I have the Bardic Inspiration, and I will roll the Bardic Inspiration dice to add whatever to whatever Josh's Little Miss Crispy is doing. So,
Sorry, 3?
3d4, so you can roll for,
I'm rolling for Cinder. I'm calling it.
Yeah, you can roll for Cinder.
I rolled very well.
I think my phone is recording. It's really weird.
If I'm rolling for Spectre, I got a 7.
So 7 for Spectre.
I rolled a 2, a 4, and a 4 for a 10.
Woo!
And I'm rolling this. This is the D6. I'm going to take a video of the D6 being rolled. This is the Bardic Inspiration. What did Cinder get?
Cinder got an 8 for 1 and 3.
Oh, so this is almost not even necessary. But this is the.
Oh, look at that! It's beautiful.
Yeah, you can really see that sparkle inside there. I wish my camera was better.
The numbers look so beautiful on that.
They're very beautiful. Very vibrant. And the blood part is somehow coincidentally on the lowest on the ones at all times. Makes sense. The crystal
makes sense.
On the highest, the dragon.
Awesome.
So we'll roll it down here, and so we can add a 3. 3 to that roll. So a total of 13. As all 3 lizards dart off, running across this long. It's probably about. I would say it's probably about 10 meters or so, like in length. Like these lizards got to run far, and you just as they start running across, and for the first little bit, you see Cinder actually has the lead. As it's bolting across and Spectre's behind it, kind of slowing down, and then all of a sudden, as soon as the music finishes playing, you just see Little Miss Crispy just boot on ahead, leaving both the other 2 in the dust as it gets to the little tiny maggot and eats that and sits there in all of its glory as you hear a So, Ari.
Yeah.
You see 2 guards walk over to you.
I keep my cool and I'm just looking like a winner, just feeling like a winner. I'm scared.
They say, "Sir, we need you to come with us."
Is this we're in the Winner's Circle special gathering for lucky champions? Where are we going?
That's where we're gonna leave it tonight.
No!
Cliffhanger ending. Gotta love it.
Wait, did you cliffhanger ending Sexy Lizards win?
Well, yes, I did.
No shame.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I love it. And it hurts my soul.
Yeah. Again,
Well, awesome session.
Awesome session. Special thanks to Dragonheart Dice again, like I said, for providing these dice for us and sponsoring this episode. Again, make sure you like both of our Instagram pages and give us a follow. And if you haven't already, double check and listen for that code word for your discount at Dragonheart Dice, and that is going to be starting as soon as this episode is aired. So that's not. Obviously, we know what the code word is long before, but you guys don't.
No idea. It was a mystery.
It was a mystery.
There was a code word?
Cool about it.
It was a code word. And
That's crazy.
If you didn't know the code word, look for the cat, and that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. Thanks, Dragonheart Dice, and yeah, good game tonight.
Great game.
Thank you, Dragonheart Dice. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Dragonheart Dice. Thank you, Kyle.
And so, our adventurers find themselves in the heart of Uncorral, each navigating their own path, as Ari finds himself in a potentially perilous situation at the casino. The party is once again split with the stakes higher than ever. What dangers lurk in the shadows of the Jewel of Marquette? Will the Band of Broken reunite in time to face the challenges ahead? I have been your host and Dungeon Master Kyle, and thank you to our sponsor, Dragonheart Dice. Thank you to MAB Music for providing the perfect ambience for our adventures. And of course, a heartfelt thanks to you, our listeners, for joining us on this journey.